did choose to come back a little bit in your seat, we're all going to come to the edge of the seat, making sure that the sit bones are still grounded. We're going to take the knees wide. So knees are coming wide. We're going to angle the toes out slightly at about a 45-degree angle or so, just so that the toes aren't facing forward, nor are they facing completely out to the left and to the right. So taking a wide stance, maybe your knees are a little bit closer together, maybe they're further apart. We're going to come into, this would be a modification for our goddess squat. So we're supported here. We're not asking the legs to do a lot of work in terms of holding our body weight, but we are getting a stretch to the inside of the legs. We're going to inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. And then as you exhale, we'll all come into cactus arms. Breathing in here. We're going to exhale, closing the arms in front of the body. So elbows come towards one another, maybe the palms touch. If you don't have that space, you could leave however much space you need in between the elbows and the hands. We'll find a flow with our breath. So inhale to open. And exhale to close that space as much as your body allows. Inhale to open. And exhale to close, really stretching out the back side of the body. Inhale to open. And then exhale, we're going to sweep our arms all the way up. As you exhale, we'll start to swoop forward, letting the hands kind of graze down towards the earth. We'll inhale, come all the way back up. These are what we call sunflowers. So exhale, hinging at the hips, swooping forward, fingers maybe brushing the earth. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, last one, coming down to your depth and reaching all the way back up. Exhale, we're going to release the hands to the knees. Just going to find some little shoulder dips here. So nice tall spine to start. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, we're going to be bending the elbows and dipping the right shoulder down. So it might just be the slightest little movement. You're maybe almost sitting up entirely, or you might be dropping down a little bit further, depending on your range of movement. The shoulder joint can be pretty sensitive. We're going to inhale, come back up through center, and exhale this time. Left shoulder drops down a little or a lot. Maybe a different experience from one side to the next. Inhale, come back up through center. We're going to do 2 more either side, so matching your breath to movement. Inhaling as you come up, and exhaling as you drop down, whichever side that you're on with your breath. Finishing your last round. Coming back up to center, still in a wide leg stance. We're going to inhale, sweep the arms all the way up and overhead. And then as you exhale, start to reach the arms out in front of you. We're hinging at the hips. We're going to be coming into a wide leg forward fold. So maybe hands come down towards the earth. Maybe that doesn't feel all that comfortable and you opt to rest your elbows on your knees or thighs and let the head drop down. Gaining some stretch, some sensation to the inside of the legs, really allowing the back body to relax here, come into some flexion. And then slowly we'll start to roll all the way back up. Coming into our tall seat, we're going to bring the knees back in so that the feet are, again, about hip distance apart or so. The feet aren't all the way together, nor are they wide. So feet together, we're going to take our right forearm and bring that down on top of the thighs. Maybe a little bit more towards the knees than towards the belly, so that you have enough space here right in between. We're going to start to drop the torso down so that left fingertips are reaching down towards the earth. We're going to come into a bit of a twist here, somewhat similar to a thread the needle pose. So as you inhale, we'll start to twist and open to the left, sending the left arm out to the side, up and overhead, or maybe it fits your practice a little bit better to bring left fingertips to the shoulder head. Take another inhale. And as you exhale, drop left fingertips down towards the earth. We'll do that twice more. So inhale, lift and reach, twisting open to the left side. As you exhale, bringing the left hand back down. Last one. Inhale, twist and open. And exhale, release. Left fingertips dangling down towards the earth. We're going to replace our forearm on our thighs. So now left forearm comes onto the legs and right arm dangles. We'll inhale, twist and open to the right. Again, maybe the right arm just reaches out to the side. Maybe it reaches all the way up towards the sky, or you decide to bring fingertips to the shoulder. We'll take a breath in and exhale, release. Right fingertips come down. Inhale, open, find that twist, twisting through the spine, and exhale, release. Last one, as you breathe in, twist and open to the right, and as you breathe out, return the right fingertips down. Here we're going to bring both forearms onto our knees, this time allowing the shoulders to shrug up towards the ears. So we don't often do that in a yoga practice, but letting the shoulders shrug up, letting the head just dangle down. Maybe forehead or the crown of your head comes down towards the forearms. Just let your breath come into a natural rhythm here. And we'll slowly start to roll up through the spine, coming into our seated position. So I told you we weren't going to forget about the legs. So we're going to play around with some poses that will incorporate some leg strength and stretch. So from your comfortable seated position, we're going to bring the left knee into our hands and hug the left knee up. So from the side, looks a little something like this. If you find that you're leaning back, I caught myself just looking in the camera here. See if you can keep that integrity to the spine, sitting up nice and tall, hugging left knee in. So I'm going to offer a few different options that you can choose to take, or you might opt to stay right here. We can start to engage the core a little bit by keeping the left knee in our left hand and reaching right arm out. Right off the bat, that starts to engage the lower abdominals. If you're looking for even a little bit more work to the hip flexor, to the core, you can extend your left arm out. Left knee is still bent up towards the chest. If you really want to create some more work here, you can start to extend the left leg out in front of you, pressing out through the sole of the left foot. Noticing what that does to your core, what that's doing to your leg. Maybe you feel a little tremble, a little shake, lots going on. Don't lose sight of your breath. So in whatever you're opting for, make sure that you're still breathing, you're still present. Take one more breath in. And as you exhale, all releasing, left foot down, release the arms down as well. We'll start to lift the right knee up. So taking the hands to the shin or to the knee, holding it up towards the chest, making sure that your spine is nice and tall. You're not leaning back, especially not resting into the back of your chair. And opting to stay here. or keeping your right leg connected to your right hand and releasing left arm out. This might be enough for you. So just observing what this is doing in your body. And if it feels like it's challenging, stay just as you are. If you'd like to take it even further, you can release right arm out to the side, knees still bent up towards the chest, just touching base, observing the body. And if you'd like, starting to extend right leg out straight, pressing out through the ball of the foot, through the heel of the right foot. Good, I'm seeing some toes and some feet in the cameras there. Awesome, good work. We'll all take another breath in wherever you are in your practice. And exhale, release, right foot down, arms come down. We're going to lift the left leg again, so coming back to that first side. Hugging the knee in, we're just gonna create some little rolls with the left ankle in space. So we haven't spent very much attention to the feet and the ankles. Just moving in one direction to start. And then reversing the direction with your ankle and foot rolls on the left side. Finding stillness with the left foot. We're going to cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Again, more towards the right knee than towards the right hip, so that if you look down in between the legs, you see this triangular shape that you've created. So we're coming into a seated figure four. Sometimes we take this on our back. If you're used to a more traditional yoga practice, this would be an option for pigeon pose as well. So pigeon is weight bearing a bit on the front knee. So this allows us the ability to adjust without necessarily putting so much pressure or force, torquing the knee. So notice in your body, your left knee is bent. If the knee is way up here, or maybe the knee, the shin is almost parallel to the ground, and there's really no right or wrong. It's going to have to do with injury in your body or tightness or even just your anatomical build. We want to keep some flexion to the left foot so that we're not kind of sickling the ankle in any way. Sitting up nice and tall. And then as you take a deep breath in, really reaching up through the pelvis, reaching up through the crown of the head. And exhale, start to hinge at the hips, folding forward. See if you can keep your spine nice and long. So we're not rounding through the spine just yet. You might stay here if you're feeling lots of sensation in the left hip, left glute, or maybe you decide to take it a little bit further by rounding through the spine, chest coming towards the left leg, maybe even the head. If the arms are in the way, you can take the arms out, letting the fingers dangle down. So lots of options here in this seated figure four. On your next breath in, start to slowly come up and away from your left leg. And we'll remove the left ankle from the right leg. Come back to our nice tall seat. We'll bend the right knee and hugging the right knee in. Start to create those circles with the right foot and ankle. It's moving in one direction. And reversing the direction. Good, finding stillness. Then we'll start to take the right ankle to the left thigh, more towards the left knee than the left hip. This is one of those really great poses that, especially if you can see yourself in whatever device you're using, if you notice whether the right knee is up high towards the chest or if the right knee is a little bit lower. Remembering what that shape kind of looked like on the other side and recognizing that your experience can be very different from left to right. Keep some flexion to the right ankle. Sitting up nice and tall, reaching out and up through the pelvic bowl, reaching up through the crown of the head. Taking a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, starting to hinge at the hips, keeping your spine nice and long. Finding kind of that sweet spot where you're feeling plenty of sensation in the hip. Doesn't feel like too much, but it's definitely there. And then if you're searching for more, you can start to round through the spine, let the chest come down towards the right leg. Hands resting on the leg or maybe letting the fingertips dangle down. On your next breath in, slowly starting to come up and away from your seated fold. And removing right ankle from the left thigh. We're still seated towards the edge of our chair. We're going to extend our left leg out straight. So right knee is bent, left leg's extended. And I'm not sure if you can see, but left toes are facing up towards the sky. So we're not pointing the toes, we're flexing at the foot, toes are pointing upwards. We're going to inhale, reach the arms all the way up and overhead. And as you exhale, start to hinge at the hips, folding forward. Reaching the hands towards the left foot, maybe letting them rest on the leg, or maybe making that connection to the left foot. If this feels a little bit uncomfortable in the back of the legs or in the flesh of the glutes, you can adjust your seat, and maybe that's where a little cushion or blanket on the seat of your chair comes in. Just taking this single leg stretch, stretching the back of the left leg, the hamstrings, and the calves. You're going to inhale, slowly come up and out from that one leg stretch, bending the left knee, grounding the left foot, and then extending the right leg out. So right heel is grounded, right toes are facing upwards. We're flexing at the foot. Inhale, arms come all the way up. And as you exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Maybe it's just folding slightly forward out in front, or letting the arms come down to the right leg, your extended leg. This is a great pose to do if you're seated on the ground, one knee bent, one leg extended long. Gravity is working a little bit differently on the body here, so you might even find a bit of a deeper reach in this chair yoga version. We'll inhale, start to come up and away from that single leg stretch, returning the right foot down to the earth.